I'm in suspense.
Oh, and digging into that reserve time, ready for the Tide Hunter.
Alright.
Alright, it is nothing but respect bands now.
It always is. Game 2 is always respect bands. I'm okay
I
with
see
that.
that though.
See some new heroes. There has been a gigantic amount of void picks in this league. My god, I think there's been one in every series we've casted.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'll be good
If
to
it hasn't just been banned out, so... Oh my god, the Rubik. Please. I don't think that warrants a first ban at all.
No.
I mean, the other two were definitely understandable, but...
Ban the Slug.
just ban the previous lineup. Just completely ignore Lich and Invoker and all the other heroes you banned in the first
Invoker,
round.
I mean,
In the first
Invoker's
round
still
last game because
strong,
you didn't
but
want to
he's
play
not...
against it. I don't know.
Invoker's still strong, but he's not, like, the lane
I think the
dominator.
Slark maybe, but the Rubik
Force Spirits
definitely
are...
not. Rubik is definitely a reactionary pick no matter how good you are at the hero.
Well, I definitely don't agree with the Rubik ban. I just actually... I'm still not sure if Invoker should be first banned at this point anymore. I think I'd put the
It's
bigger
better than the
emphasis...
Rubik ban.
I guess. Vengeful Spirit, a response from unusually sassy aristocrats. Generally, the Lich is picked up in lineups that kind of want to stabilize their lanes, really secure them, and just maybe even go aggressive in like the off lane, have some dual lane go on there, and then you have a sturdy dual lane.
I mean, we've seen it just like be tacked on to a mid lane pick, Spirit Breaker coming out for Lich, but we've generally seen it be tacked onto a mid lane pick, and he just sort of spams Frostblast and denies the range creeps. So it's just super solid right now, and I didn't see it coming, like I keep saying, but yeah, here comes the
And they get
Invoker.
the Invoker. So yeah, this Lich can actually just sap the range creep from the Invoker off every lane, and then the Invoker gets a guaranteed farming experience, basically, and that's a lot of experience sent onto the mid laner. I think the way they changed up the experience, it's basically like 60% ranged creep now, right? In terms of experience gained from a wave. Is that too much? That has to be too much.
It's a little bit too much. I think it's like 30%, but it's still crazy. It used to be a lot less.
So yeah, we're gonna have Lich Invoker, and we're gonna have the Venge Spirit Breaker. Do you think this is gonna be an offlane Spirit Breaker like last game, or this is going to be like a sort of aggressive support duo? And the
I think
Venge
it's
and the
still an
Spirit.
offlane Spirit Breaker. I think with the Vengeful Spirit as well, they're going more of a formulaic draft. So I think they're comfortable with the Spirit Breaker in the offlane, and I think they're going to do it again. It's a little bit better than. Well, no, actually, that's not true. It's a little bit worse versus Invoker because he has more control and more ways to get out of it. But the Silencer last game also won his lane, so if they can stop that from happening, then Invoker's gonna have a pretty bad time in the mid lane.
Well, Silencer is a much
CK
stronger
banned.
laning hero. Invoker takes a couple of levels to get to that point, so we'll see how his, level 1 and 2 are able to deal with that, or maybe unusually sassy, just kind of pick a really strong mid laner for themselves. The Bane ban. Huh. I'm trying to think of why you would want a
I
Bane
mean,
ban.
they probably just don't want to have a Bane against their Invoker, and here comes the Keeper of the Light. Keeper of the Light. We haven't seen that at all. I don't think I've ever seen this pick for like a patch or two.
Cancerous.
You think so?
Alright, so do you remember how annoying Rupture was when Bloodseeker was meta for like half of a patch? Alright, now apply that to your mana pool, and just have that Rupture be on a 6-second cooldown.
I guess, but
It's
he's still
annoying.
super squishy, and I think the more important part is that he stops the push, but there isn't really any push coming out from Hit It and Credit, so... I mean, you're right, Mana Leak is a very strong skill, but if you're going to max Mana Leak, you're pretty weak in every other area, so...
I mean, of course Keeper has other good skills, but I'm saying Mana Leak is one of the most frustrating things to deal with on a lineup that isn't necessarily prepared for it.
I guess... I always find myself not really Not really prioritizing it though. I haven't seen it prioritized on like Puppy Keeper of the Light either. So.
Well, you still definitely go for the Illuminate because it's your primary farming tool, but that doesn't mean that Mana Leak isn't good. It's just all of his skills are good. They're all tremendously strong. For the Light is just kind of a level starved hero. He kind of
Level
just
starved,
needs.
bad stats. I mean, there's a reason he isn't picked that much. I can see where theoretically he would be a good pick, but it's always theoretical, right? I've never really
Yeah.
seen it work in practice. Maybe USA proves me wrong here, but Juggernaut picked as well as Beastmaster. Beastmaster, a pretty good vision hero, as well as I don't think we mentioned the Treant pick coming back out again. The
Back
Treant
at it
pick
again.
is even stronger this game because they don't have any anti-synergy and the Spirit Breaker is back, so.
Much easier to break the living armor now in terms of ganks. Maybe, particularly against the Juggernaut, it doesn't really save the Spirit Breaker from the Juggernaut if he gets gone on.
I mean, only spin right now is stopping this this living armor damage. Like the Keeper of the Light can't do anything, and Vengeful Spirit also gets her damage blocked. So it's mostly just the early rotations, which is where living armor is the most useful. Like whatever, Beastmaster as an offlaner is probably gonna have a bad time if he does get gone on by the Juggernaut. But I mean, he's a good laning hero. He can probably just rotate into the jungle if he's being pressured too much.
Should
I
be
don't
noted that
think he will.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I don't think he will. Not really. Boar's pretty good. You can slow through the spin, so I think he's going to put a decent amount of pressure on the Juggernaut. And Vengeful Spirit, Keeper of the Light, is on the weaker side of a support duo. Not as weak as Lich Treant. It's very defensive, but the Vengeful Spirit Keeper is probably not going to put a whole lot of pressure on this Beastmaster.
Hit it and crit is gonna ban the Zeus, one of the few heroes that can just kind of farm safely versus the Invoker and trade. Maybe even just kill him while just playing passively himself. It's very easy for a Zeus to get the jump on the Invoker with a surprise bolt. Next thing you know, 50% of your HP is gone.
Yeah,
You
maybe
can't quads regen that.
the global presence with Spirit Breaker is pretty relevant too. Anyone you charge on, you just have a nuke from Zeus, no matter what.
See
So
with these.
smart ban there, as well as the Gyrocopter from USA. I think they just fear the mid game, which is definitely where Hit It and Crit It have their biggest power spike, with the Beastmaster coming online with probably a Blink and a Necro. The Invoker are going to have a couple items as well. So I think Gyro would have complemented their timing a lot. Could have 5-manned early.
They could still pick the Spectre. I mean, she was nerfed, but the way she's played would still complement Hit It and Crit It's lineup very well. Kind of global presence. Roar into Haunt into Sunstrike hurts. It still hurts, and it still gets Spectre farm. I don't think she's as unstoppable as a late game carry, and Juggernaut in particular is pretty strong versus Spectre, all things considered. It's still an option, though.
I think Spectre's on the back line here. I think a more stable, safe lane hero like. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I mean there was no one left. I would have said someone else too, but like the Sven was banned, Chaos Knight was banned. There really aren't that many options left, and
Yeah,
for that exact reason, USA is going to pick the Phantom Lancer. It was one of the few heroes left on the table. I think we've brought this up before in one of our previous casts. The Phantom Lancer matchup versus the Invoker, which is what I imagine this is going to be in the mid lane. It's been done before, and with the Zeus ban, the PL is one of the other heroes can stand around versus the Invoker and even kill him because of the Phantom Land spam. It's just too strong for the Quas region to compete with early, and now even more so because the Fort Spirits are very squishy because I think they swapped it, right? The HP is from Quas.
There were a number of nerfs, but that was one of them.
So now the Fort Spirits aren't necessarily as tanky. Cold Snap is purgeable, which means that he can doppel walk it off. That's huge.
Thank God that change came through. I was so mad.
So the lane matchup is actually pretty good. Let's introduce the teams again in case you're new watching, which.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, they're on different heroes, so Manly Scrub Monster going to be going on this. Wait a minute, didn't he play the Lion last game? So there's going to be some role switch ups. Pumpkin Pie on the Beastmaster, Virus on the Invoker, Dragon Sage on the Lich this time instead of his offlane Tanner, and Feedbot on the Terrain Protector again. So I think this is their players have practiced heroes and not roles, which we'll see
That's
how that works
interesting.
out for them.
Alright, well, on the Dire, we're gonna have Vamsy playing the Spirit Breaker, Vamsis Nurse playing the Juggernaut, America on the PL, Golem playing the Vengeful Spirit, and Cat Saturdays playing the Keeper of the Caudal Light. The Hawks. The Hawks vision got nerfed. I mean, let's take a look at that vision range right now. That is the Hawks like kind of hovering around the tier 1. Do you see it? Can you highlight it?
I don't see where the Hawk is.
The Dire T1 tower to the right of it.
Oh, okay. This tier 1. Can't really see the vision range, but
it doesn't
it's
show
pretty
it.
low. Well,
It's
I
like
mean,
450, I think it is.
It stops about here. If you see in the trees.
It's not a lot of level 1.
Pretty low.
It's quite the hit. Wow, that is quite the hit. This is a dual lane mid. Lich Invoker versus Cuddle PL. I don't think this is a play. I don't think you need the Cuddle here. I think he's wasting his time. I mean, the lane used to be strong.
Dude, Cuddle PL is crazy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, you'll do like the meme lances, right? Like the meme double lance. But I actually still don't think you kill him because of Lich's presence here. And more importantly, the PL is not getting experience already enough as it is because the Lich is like sapping every creep. Cannot afford to have the Cuddle sit here and sap even more experience from a starved Phantom Lancer, especially when you have a greedy lineup like this.
I'm sure it's fine. The living armor definitely doesn't counteract all this harass completely. I can't see this going wrong. No, to be fair, you can purge a lot of the stacks with the illusion that spawns, so it's not the worst, but it is pretty bad if they keep this Coddle here, because they're just going to fall further and further behind. This dual lane is just so much better. They're already level 2 and well on their way to level 3, while PL and Cat Saturdays are still behind.
Yeah, the Coddle can't stay here. I mean, sure, the lane is strong, but like they're gonna start feeling this in the next couple of levels. Generally, PL is strong against Invoker only if there's a level lead, and the Phantom Lance has, the Spirit Lance, I'm sorry, has like 2 or 3 levels in it, not like a level 1 Spirit Lance and a.
The whole point is to outlast
some
Quas,
rush.
but if he gets more levels in Quas than you have in your Spirit Lance, then you're not you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah. Pumpkin Pie in the meantime, just gonna have a pretty tranquil lane up here. Bamsis getting BM'd by this boar.
Oh, I get it. BM like Beastmaster. It's so crazy. Yeah, you're
Pinnacle
so bad.
of humor.
I hate you. MC down in the bottom lane. He's gonna have a bit of a worse time. He is against a double melee, so it's not the worst, but it's definitely not as good as a Beastmaster will have with his summons. Fortunately, though, they've not pulled in a while, so he has like a triple range creep, and we all know how valuable range creeps are now. So he's gonna get a lot of golden XP, maybe a little bit more than his counterpart.
I want to see this. Lane. Did you see the experience jump for those 3 range creeps?
Oh my god, he's almost level 4. It's insane. But
that was 3 creeps. Oh yeah. My gosh!
Good lane. They're gonna sacrifice another ranged. Invoker is almost level 4, while as PL and Cat Saturdays are still level 3.
PL has somehow managed to find a way to be a lower level than the Cuddle. I'm not quite sure how that's possible.
Well, no, he isn't, but it was very close.
How did the Cuddle end up getting more experience in the field? Like, that's not a flame. Like, I'm genuinely curious. How does that work?
Maybe he was closer to a sacrifice.
Oh, might get first blood here.
Oh, America. He doesn't have Doppelganger because he's so low level. He doesn't have his escape. He leveled Phantom Rush instead.
Really committed to this
playing
Cuddle.
This lane so well. Hidden and Credit are playing this lane so well, and USA are just not respecting it. I think the Lich is just so much better in this situation.
I mean, the Lich, the effects of the Lich, and how strong he is, it's still new. I imagine people will learn How
But I think
dangerous.
at this point they should have thrown the keeper in like the safe lane or something to just put a little bit more pressure into
Maybe even
on the
just have
pumpkin
him
pie.
jungle.
Yeah, something like that. There are better uses for this coddle than just mana leaking a random Dragon Sage.
Gonna have a rotation from Golem, try to go on this mid lane. I wonder if the Spirit Breaker is gonna come along too. He does have a full mana pool and he's
Oh, they're
level
gonna
4.
try
He's
for it.
going.
Yeah, here comes the Spirit Breaker charge. The nukes come in. I mean, it's a 4-man rotation, but they do get the kill.
It was 3 plus the charge for the insurance policy. It's not bad.
It's basically fine, yeah.
I mean, like
Because
the charge wasn't.
he
I mean,
almost
the charge was
completed the
committed,
charge.
but
Yeah.
he didn't lose
Well,
anything great.
he left his lane, so he
I
gets
guess.
scouted out by this ward. Lich is gonna get himself out. You see the charge coming. He's gonna try and go back to his lane, but he's lost a lot compared to Pumpkin Pie, who's level 5 now. Meanwhile, we'll look at the Spectre's items. She's working toward us. Pretty standard build of poor man's into phase. I like the new Vanguard build up. I think that's pretty cool. Because your illusions get the damage block, and it's always been sort of a good item on her, especially since it builds into something useful now.
Yeah, I don't
So,
think
I mean,
a Spectre would necessarily want to get an Abyssal Blade though.
I mean, it's still something to do with your Vanguard instead of just sell it later in the game. I mean, you're assuming when you pick a Spectre that it's going to go late, so it's just better to have, like, it's just a small little buff.
Another rotation onto the Invoker.
Yeah, they're bringing a lot of heroes here to just like try and salvage this lane. The Cold Snap though is going to finish off Golem. He was locked in place long enough for the Sunstrike to hit, but the Arcane Rune is working on America. He's getting hit by the tower, but he's going to doppelganger a lot of shots. Feedbot, he's coming in as well to try and help, but fears the nukes. Scrub Monster, he's going for America right now. There is no Doppelwalk, but the Desolate damage doesn't work while he has a bunch of illusions next to him, so Vamsi not going to take too much damage. Feedbot, he's going to try and get up before he dies, but the Illuminate nuke comes in from Cat Saturdays. America's going to get the good roll, and he's going to get out. But the Sunstrike, he gets sniped! Stunned on the Scrub Monster, he's having a lot of illusions and Golem hitting him, but he grabs the bounty and walks away. Base boots and get him out of that one. Overall, a pretty scrappy fight. About a 200 gold change in favor of hit it and crit it. It's very low, but I mean it's good that they kept it even.
I mean, I guess it's base for the Juggernaut. He smashed right a TP in at that last point. The Spectre had to.
He was actually the only hero who didn't take part in that fight. So. I'd say about as even as fights get. They're going again on the virus, but they don't have a Vengeful Spirit yet. The Wave of Terror comes in, but he's not here for the stun, so Magic
wasn't
Missile
quite in position for the stun. Maybe they should have waited a bit longer before spooking him. Oh well.
Spooking him with the spooky ghost.
Spirit lands. If you plan to spook with the Spirit lands, they got another thing coming. There's a Spectre. She's like the master of spook.
Dude, there's so many spooks in this game. I don't know if I can handle it.
They have the Venge Scream at You spook. They have the Lady War God spook. They got the man they got the Cat Man, the Cat Man of many
Isn't
cat
he like
men spook.
The Fisher Cat man? He's like the Fisher Price Cat man.
Yeah, sure.
It's online, by the way. It's just bullshitting, but I mean, the Spirit Breaker's pretty spooky. He's like a multi-dimensional spook. And this Pumpkin Pie is gonna get charged on the top lane. Oh yeah, this is an easy kill. Double stun. Triple stun. A lucky bash to finish it off.
Insurance policy double bash. Right, they're utilizing... Was USA the team that had the Spirit Breaker? No, it was HC previous game, yeah?
Pretty sure, yeah. No, because they had Feedbot on the chain, so.
Oh,
the Chain Frost's gonna come in mid lane. Cat Saturdays gets finished off, and it's still going. It's gonna bounce between all the Doppelganger illusions. In America, he's taking a little bit too much damage. It's finally gonna stop with the Frostblast to finish him off. Another charge coming from Vamsi. He might get the lucky bash. Feedbot doesn't need it. But Scrum Monster is maybe gonna punish him. Golem gets cold snapped on the back line. He's probably gonna drop. Oh, almost. Another right click. Maybe The phase movement from Spectre grabs her that kill. Vamsi was a bit too tanky for her, but Vengeful Spirit is not. Who's the real spook? That's about 1,000 gold change to hit it and crit it.
Yeah. So this is what I mean. I mean, Spectre is still okay for the time being until... I mean, like, she wasn't nerfed that badly. She was just kind of prevented from becoming that, like, unstoppable late-game force that she used to be. Also, the patch kind of suited her. Oh,
the Sunstrike gonna snag Vamsi, but Fyrus has no mana left. He's gonna try the Fairy Fire, but I don't think it's gonna pay off. More Quas regen. He actually might. The Living Armor and the heal from Leech Seed. America isn't able to grab the kill. Oh, the nuke.
Doesn't die in the process.
That was pretty close. Yeah, the charge mid ended with just a Spirit Breaker dying. So that's 500 gold or 300 gold to the Invoker. 500 gold change overall.
This is gonna shape up to be a bit of an issue. Well, I'm not sure. I mean, USA has quite the greedy lineup this game.
I think it's gonna pay off for him. I think there's just not enough pressure coming out from this very defensive line. Oh, meanwhile, top lane. He's gonna spin off the Cold Snap. He was roared, and oh no, the boar! The BM boar! Vamsi, he doesn't have Cold Snap available, so the Another Strike will go off. One more right click. Oh, he solves it! Call him! He doesn't have enough. He has a Wave of Terror in one. He's gonna try and snipe him, but there is.
Oh, he didn't predict
it. He is the Living Armor.
Oh!
So he hit him with it, but the Living Armor saved him. Nope.
Oh. Meanwhile, America get to pick off on the
there's so many kills happening all over the map. But there's no ejectives being taken is the thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can switch this gold lead all you want, but Spectre's still gonna have the edge if you don't take any towers.
I'm not quite sure. With the agility nerf, I think she might have an issue getting to the point where it gets to late game and she needs to man fight 2 cores on the side of USA. It was just a juggernaut to be like, oh!
He was forced to stand still because of the mana leak, but he almost got the kill on Juggernaut. What's his skill build look like? Yeah, that's a lot of points in Exhort. He almost got that kill. Very close. No. I don't think Spectre is the late game powerhouse that she used to be, but I think she's still better than a PL in this situation.
Well, there's a Juggernaut and a PL. It's the both of them.
Going for feedbot. Vamsi. The Overgrowth. The Overgrowth. No, one more Spirit Lance because of the Arcane Rune. Pumpkin Pie. He might find a kill off the back of this. He's gonna look for a Primal Roar, but Fyrus comes in as well. They might see Vamsi. Yeah, here we go. He also pushes down Cat Saturdays. The Haunt comes in. He manages to. Scrub Monster manages to grab 1, then 2, as Pumpkin Pie is getting gone on by America, but he's run out of mana. Oh no, the Spectre, he's gone too deep! Doesn't even manage to get the Coddle, as he's Omni-Slash down.
Okay.
Disconnect from
gosh, excuse me. Alright, well, Saturdays lives to mana leak another day. I actually hate that spell so much. I hate it so much.
I mean, now that Cold Snap is nerfed, that's the skill to hate right now.
Oh no, it's gonna be Blade Mill. It's gonna be Axe. I guarantee it.
I will bet money. That's the flavor of the month thing. But I mean, like mana leak was always second to Cold Snap and annoyance factor. Not even power factor, just annoyance.
Great, there goes my mana. I didn't need that anyways. It's not like I'm a Juggernaut or anything.
Well, Spectre can't really run you down if she's losing all of her mana pool. Process.
Yeah. I mean, he needs to get a BKB this game, also because Blinding Light really hurts HC. More so than you think. You know, they're all right-click orientated. The Invoker is going to be relying on right clicks a lot until he hits around maybe level 18 or something like that. And there's a Spectre, and the Beastmaster and all of his units, and if every one of them gets blinding lighted, which is possible, it's a pretty big radius, then a lot of the possible damage they get on like someone that's roared per se is lowered. I'm not sure. This Coddle might prove to be... Go on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have a point. It's but I mean, he's probably not going to get an X this game. I think the Coddle can be a big factor, but I don't see it being like game winning.
Coddle is never game winning unless you're like Puppy or something, but you can always prove to be a nuisance with Coddle if played right. Always. I feel like your goal as a Coddle is to force out the BKB purchases on heroes that generally don't want to get one. Like, the Invoker wants other items, he doesn't want to get a BKB, so he's going to be susceptible to things like Mana Leak and Blinding Light for such a long time.
It really feels bad, man, to buy a BKB because of a Coddle. Like, I don't know, there's just such a... There's an air about the hero, like, I'm garbage, but I'm still, like, kicking your ass with this Mana Leak spell. And level 1 Illuminate. I want to point out that he has level 1 Illuminate and level 4 Chakra Magic.
He's level
His
7.
Illuminate
Wait,
skill
1,
is
2,
bad. Is really bad. It's like 200 damage maximum. He doesn't clear waves with this.
This is interesting. On the other hand, it's won them fights with the constant Chakra Magic. This is very sacrificial for his team. He's like, alright, you know what, man? I can afford...
I am just going to be next to America all the time. He is now my best buddy.
Yeah,
America
basically.
will always be Spirit Lancing constantly. He can actually just double Spirit Lance now with the... Yeah, look at that. Oh, does one Spirit Lance. Come on, do it. Do it. Show me the money.
He did it!
And then a 1 second cooldown. Look at that. 1 second cooldown on your Spirit Lance. It's insane.
They want to swap someone really badly. Golem's gonna fail though. He's gonna decide that swapping an Invoker right behind the 2 defensive supports on the side of HC might not be the greatest of ideas. Interesting. He has a lights. Oh right, that builds in a medallion now. I thought
Right.
I forgot that it was only for Desolator, and I'm like, this is a Corvenge. Suddenly.
Corvenge. That's a bit better than that. Oh, the smoke mid lane. I think they might have seen this.
I don't think they possibly could have. Nah, Feedbot's still hanging out mid lane. Dragon Sage still is. They're none the wiser.
Oh, they're going bottom lane though.
Oh no, they charged
Oh
the
no,
creep!
they messed up. They charged the creep. He might still get him. Oh no, they messed it up. But Manly Scar Monster doesn't have a way out of this anyway. Bit embarrassing, but they're still gonna grab the kill. Oh no, they Mana Leaked the creep as well. What a disaster! Saturday says only a level 2 on his Illuminate as well. The strike is gonna miss.
That was a good swap
to
from
save
Golem, though. Oh my.
They're not gonna find anything out of this. A bit of fat finger play. It's on the board, guys. On the board.
I'm laughing, but only because I feel your pain, USA.
Oh no, MC. He got a bit too close. The overgrowth on all 5. Except for the Omni Slashing Juggernaut. He does spin. He almost catches one. There's so many people almost dead, but not yet. The Lich ult gonna finish off. Nobody actually. It was just the
America. What? The Beastmaster. He slowed so badly. Oh look at. No.
Oh, I guess it's wrong, but it looks like Dennis didn't.
Did he?
Francis maybe didn't catch him yet. He does have the Town Portal scroll in 1, 3, 2, 1. Oh no, the trees are broken. He's dead now. So heartbreaking. He got out!
Living armor. Oh god. What a world. Okay.
What a world indeed.
What a fight. Did anyone die on either side?
There was a death on the Spirit Breaker and on the Lich, so pretty much the most inconsequential deaths you could have asked for.
Ults were committed. Every core's ultimate in the game is the
He's on 30 HP.
I think the only reason he's alive is because he was on top of the cart.
No, it didn't switch. It didn't switch the damage. Otherwise, he would have taken half.
Did it not? Oh.
No.
Golem
Sea
is
Scraper still
probably...
Golem, there is no cold snap yet, so he isn't caught. Beatbot is pretty fast, but not fast enough. He's maybe gonna get in range for the lead. Yeah, there we go. Golem. It's gonna be the sacrificial lamb. Gonna get his cores out of dodge, so...
So USA wants to not contest the bottom tier 2, or in the very least they're just gonna put it on the coddle to defend this tower. What's her ping? I'm not lagging. I mean, it's not level 5, it's not level 4 Illuminate, but it's enough.
I disagree. I think he could have cleared that if he had a better Illuminate spell.
Yeah.
Or at least tried to kill, Hawks or something. I mean, I understand why he did it. I think it's paid off for him, but it's such a weak hero without your Illuminate skill. And that's why you can't really prioritize your arguably better ones, at least ones that are more useful in more situations. Like Mana Leak and Chakra Magic are just so powerful, but I mean, you need your Illuminate to keep your team in the game. Because right now, what do they have to combat this? They're just losing tower after tower. Because
they don't have any wave clear except for Coddle is the issue.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it's so detrimental when you don't have your own. They see him with the Hawk, but there's no way to close the gap. Snagged it. Oh, the charge mid lane. This might be a pretty good initiation.
Yo.
Monster.
Almost a Radiance on the Spectre, actually. Oh, excuse me. I'm tired.
He's almost there.
What is the... Phantom Link's going for Diffusal. Almost there.
Yeah, pretty standard items from both.
Can USA afford to fight into a Radiant Spectre, though?
I think it gets really hard because, like, the Diffusal on the Phantom Lancer seems like a big pickup, but, I mean, way bigger is the Radiance. Oh no, the Overgrowth! It only catches on America. The Nether Strike is cancelled by Vamsi. I'm lagging a little bit, but the Omni Slash is bouncing on a lot of illusions. The Spin is going to finish off nobody yet. The Illuminate as well. Nobody's dead on hit it or crit it. Eventually, America's going to come in. He's rotated. He's going to grab 2 kills on his own with the Spirit... But the Spirit Lance is coming out. He Spirit Lance the bear. I knew it. I mean, not the bear, the boar. Feedbot gonna be spotted out. Oh no, he lost vision. Okay. The nukes come out. He eventually gets him. This America's going like 1v5 here. They can't kill this hero. America? Is the rampage? Oh no! Bamsi, you monster! Why would you do this?
Fine.
Stole the rampage out from under PL. I actually have no idea how he survived that long.
Spectre and Beastmaster sort of panicked and didn't... Instead of hitting any PL illusion, they kind of hit none and just tried running away from the Diffusal PL.
Oh god.
They only really manned up on him once they realized there was no getting out, but that was after like a couple seconds, maybe even a half minute of just straight running from him.
I mean, at some point you have to commit and realize that, like, you don't run from Diffusal, not anymore.
He didn't even have the Diffusal. He only just finished it.
No, he had it. He had it. I watched him kill a couple of heroes as soon as he came in. I think the courier delivered it to him. But he has the Yasha, like a free Yasha, just because of those kills.
Oh. Well,
it would have been glorious if America got the rampage. I'm calling that a rampage.
It was basically a rampage. Alright, well... I mean... Fine. HC still got this in the bag. How close is Spectre to her... That death probably set her back. Actually, not that bad. Pretty much about to have it.
Pretty close. About 300 gold. So. Once that Radiance comes out, though, there's no way that that the PL survives anymore. Not like that anyway. Like it's not gonna be difficult, or it's not gonna be impossible, but they're gonna find the real PL a lot easier with the Radiance burn, and I think he's gonna have sort of a bad time. At least these supports are gonna have a bad time trying to stay in the fights.
Well, the Spectre is just gonna have an issue. Not an issue, but he's gonna have a good time in these sort of sustained fights that HC have been in recently. Like this Radiance is really gonna kind of pull through. If he isn't the one that's bursted at the beginning of the fight, it's very possible that he could just die instantly from Spirit Breaker plus X hero combo, and the Radiance just kind of doesn't matter. So,
yeah,
still a possibility for USA to win these fights with the Radiance, but it's more of an issue of understanding that the Spectre needs to go first, even though like there's an Invoker. Like it's not about what the easier kill is; it's about who you have to kill. You can't afford to let a Spectre just kind of like willy-nilly right-click your heroes while you try and go for heroes like Invoker or Lich or Beastmaster or something.
Yeah, it gets more difficult to get to the backline. Well, that's the Radiance pickup for Manly Scrub. It's going to be quite manly. And about half negatives for Invoker, so really just waiting for these big items, and then they're going to try and
They're actually smoking. Alright, yeah.
some fights.
They're gonna see if they can find someone with Aura and a Haunt. They might not even need to Haunt, they just have plenty of burst between the Invoker and the Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Try
Pie gonna be leading this
Is that
charge.
the real PL?
Oh no!
Oh,
they see
Aura
America.
on the right person. Sunstrike?
The Sunstrike comes out, but the Wild Axes do very little damage. And Overgrowth, I think that's America dead very quickly, as well as the supports. The Chain Frost bounced a couple times on the creeps, but very successful smoke. It's going to secure them as tier 2 as well. Their push is pretty crazy with these Necrobook units.
Any lineup with a Beastmaster is insane at pushing by default. Look at this.
As well as the Invoker Forge Spirits, so... Oh, the Greaves pickup for Lich. This Lich is rich. He's about as big as a core right now. Just under the Beastmaster in farm. I actually didn't notice how huge this Lich is, but he's extremely difficult to kill.
He's got 7 kills on the board and another 6 assists. These Chain Frosts have been pretty huge. What matters though for USA is the high ground. If USA can hold high ground with Coddle until the Magic Immunity comes online, and they still have things like Mana Leak to just kind of prevent running away and really like force heroes on the side of HC out of position, it's still very easy for the Spectre to become overtaken by the 2 cores. It just requires both of them getting farmed, and that's just kind of their responsibility at this point. America is just eating up the jungle and the Phantom Lancer. Vamsis is doing his best to split push the lanes on the Juggernaut. So it's honestly just a matter of time. Maybe in the next 10 minutes, you'll start to see a chip in the Spectre's armor, so to speak. But right now, she's arguably one of the strongest heroes on the map.
Especially if she transitions into that's probably Diffusal Blade pickup. Could be a Yasha into Manta. I don't know which one would be stronger. Probably the Manta, because it counters Omni Slash a little bit.
Manta for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think you need Diffusal, you have Roar. You don't necessarily need Diffusal anyways. You can get it later.
Yeah. And we see the Aghanim Scepter from Invoker. He is ready.
I'm surprised USA haven't tried to Roche.
Juggernaut
in the Venge combo.
Nobody's tried to Roche this game. I think they have like really scary Roche fight. Hit it and credit do. Actually, I think both teams have like pretty scary Roche fight. Definitely hit it and crit it more though, with the Invoker combo and the Haunt and the Overgrowth. But USA have some pretty formidable team fight if they get in the right position. I'm looking at Coddle right now. I think he's probably the one that could take the most advantage of a Roche fight. Blinding light onto the cliff is definitely a real possibility.
He's got his level 4 Illuminate now.
Yeah, look at that. He actually does damage. Screams. It's crazy.
Amazing.
Crazy.
You still have the Spirit Breaker that can charge over the cliff out of vision, so you really can't prepare for that. I think HC definitely has the advantage, though, in terms of a Roche fight. They have the Chain Frost, they have the vision from the Hawk to see onto the cliffs, they have the Overgrowth, they have Haunt, they have Invoker, whose all of his spells just smash the Roche Pit area. They got the Tornado, you got the Deafening Blast, EMP, Meteor. I mean, honestly, what isn't a good Roche fight spell for Invoker? Even Ice Wall. Just Ice Wall outside the pit, they can't leave.
Ghost Walk in the pit. You just make everybody have those, like, snow footprints.
Spooky feet.
The spooky prints. You spook everybody in the Roche pit. That's probably the strongest spell in the game, honestly. If you can just spook people.
Oh, that's who we forgot. It's a spook wannabe. That's a wizard.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's sort of everything wannabe. You can't really count Invoker for that. He does everything.
No. Like, he's an amazing wizard, but like he's just like alright, so imagine like you're at this party, right? And all of the actual spirits are there. You got Vengeful Spirit, you got Spirit Breaker, you got Spectre, you got Lich, all of these actual spooky ghosts, and then you have Invoker show up in like fucking like bed sheet with like 2 holes poked in him, and he walks in the house and he's like, "Boo! I'm a ghost! Look at me, ghost walk! Whoa!"
Like, it's more offensive than anything else, but nobody can say anything because he actually believes that he's a spooky ghost. You know, it's like those guys who overpronounce foreign words like spaghetti, like, you know that feel.
I mean, I feel like Invoker would be the type of person to like believe he was the best anything he wanted to be. He woke up one morning, he's like, "I'm the best dinosaur."
But he invoked a dinosaur spell. It was crazy. Dude, Fort Spirits is a dinosaur spell. They look kind of like dinosaurs if you have the right cosmetic.
What actually happened is he was the best dinosaur for a while, and then someone told him that he wasn't, and so he learned how to create the meteor.
Oh yeah. He created both the best dinosaur and the best way to murder dinosaurs.
There's really no winning. He is the ultimate wizard that has learned from the spells of other wizards that have actually created those. Copycat. Where is he? Look at him hiding in the trees, looking in the corner. He knows what he knows he's a sham.
Yeah, he's a thief. I mean, Rubik just borrows, but this guy right here, he's a phony.
He's even a high elf. Good
You're
God.
a big fat phony. Look at you, you're a phony.
Oh no, it would be okay if he wasn't a high elf. Oh, I hate the high elves.
Oh, so stuck up. On top of all that.
Alright,
sucks to be a sham, but I mean, if you're a haughty sham.
Thank God the game's finally gotten back on track. All the ultimates are off cooldown for both sides, so... And HT's grouping up. I imagine they probably want to smoke again, or no, they're just kind of hanging out in the mid lane. I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Both teams are grouping up right now. Like, they're just 5-manning. It's 28 minutes, why not?
Oh, here comes the smoke. They're gonna go for it. And...
I'm ready for the Space Jam.
There it is. Alright, I'm ready.
I think this is gonna be... they do see pretty much every hero top. Alright. I'm ready to see this Radiant Spectre debut.
No, it's been used before. Not in a large-scale haunt skirmish,
yeah.
But... Oh, and they're gonna find America.
America, he's gonna pop it first. Feedbot is gonna try and overgrowth them, but he immediately purges it off. The Sunstrike is gonna miss, but America, he gets killed by the combo anyway. There's so many units. This Omni Slash doesn't do a whole lot. Some lucky bounces make sure the Pumpkin Pie gets low, but nobody's dead yet. The Haunt finally comes out. Lots of Radiance damage. He realities forward onto Keeper of the Light. It's probably gonna die. And yep, the Blinding Light's gonna buy him some time, but the Frostblast comes in, and it's gonna translate into a dead tier 2.
That was rough. Oh, there's just so many illusions and so many summons to like eat up and dilute the Omni Slash. It's an issue. I feel like he can't really rely on the Omni Slash to get damage. I feel like he would be much better off just trying to man fight and then like get out with the.
Well, if he tries to do that, then he gets Primal Roar, which is the problem. There's just so much control for him if he doesn't have a BKB. The Invoker can Deafening Blast him, and a couple other spells can control him. But I mean, if you don't have Spin, it's just like if you're not in Omni Slash form, it's so hard to get your damage out. Like as soon as the Omni Slash ended, he was Primal Roared and killed.
He wasn't Primal Roared, I think. Was he?
Oh, right, yeah, still.
Yeah,
still
no, he was.
But I mean, like he was killed pretty easily after the Omni Slash was down.
Yeah, well, they had a pop haunt, so I had to chase him for a while. But I definitely see your point. It's just a rough game to be a Juggernaut. He's just gonna have to try and get himself to a point where he can afford to man fight heroes without use of the Omni Slash, which is hard to say because like Omni Slash is one of the core parts of Juggernaut. No, it's guaranteed physical damage. It's what made
it's why a long time ago he was not a favorite pick because his ultimate was just so easy to counter, and he's not a very good hero without it. Now obviously that's changed a lot, but the Echo Saber. It's interesting. Can we stop with the 6.87 nonsense? Like Echo Saber isn't good here. Not as good as I mean, it's okay, yeah, but I mean, what else could you buy for 2,600 gold? Like, you can buy a Solar Crest. Solar Crest is better than that.
That was an ultimate.
In my opinion.
No, Echo Saber is definitely better than a Solar Crest. It's just, not for a Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
In this situation, when I mean, all you need is Omni Slash procs. Like you can get a defusal for this price. That's pretty good.
Yeah, defusal would be okay. It wouldn't be game winning, but I think I think he needs a Scotty this game.
Something other than
I mean,
Echo.
maybe he's already got the Sanjin Yasha. I feel like he should already just commit and go for the Scotty. Become self-tankier, especially amidst all of the there's the Radiance Burn, and then you have Invoker, just the residual damage from Invoker. Can just shave your HP off.
Yeah.
He needs. Oh, sorry. Go on.
He doesn't have enough damage though. I mean,
he won't have damage with any other item that he can buy right now though. Like he's better. I think. Like I mean, with the Echo Saber, like he could have been halfway towards a Scotty by now. At this point, I'm not sure though. I think maybe the better option would be, gosh, just go Asher or something. Maybe even get a Maelstrom. Who knows?
Dude, look at this gimmick, man. Like I can attack twice every 5 seconds.
I mean, I've said this before. It's Weaver passive. It is Geminate attack for melee heroes, and it's strong.
I mean, Geminate attack is good when you have like
damage.
Like yeah, I mean, Geminate attack is good when you have like UAMs to back it up. If you have like a Desolator, like that's why you go straight damage items on Weaver is because you just don't have. Like Weaver passive is okay, but it gets exponentially better when you have damage items to back it up.
I mean, Vanix could go Deso if he wants to. Now that you mention it, it's a possibility.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't think he's going to. I think Deso would be okay, especially against a Spectre whose Agi gain is lower now, even more so compared to how it used to be. And add on that, she doesn't really buy armor items; she buys pure strength. So you could basically man fight her for pure damage.
Dude, her Agi is lower than her strength gain right now. I didn't realize how hard this nerf hit her, but
yeah, it's rough.
Oh, look at that! He turned off his Radiance so the Spirit Breaker wouldn't see him. That's pretty heads up. Wouldn't have seen that coming. More Echo Sabers.
It's very on the Spirit Breaker though. This is justifiable. Go Saber on the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, he already has a bash. That's what I'm saying though. Is UAMs make this good? Not like it's not a damage item. That's for sure. It's just to make your proc chance better, and it's more efficient to buying attack speed.
So it looks like HC Smoke isn't gonna go through here. Beatbot is closing in though. He wants to get that overgrowth. Does he see Vamsis? And there it is.
Oh no, the overgrowth. He's trying to get himself out. Cat Saturdays. Oh no. Okay, well, it's not a very long stun. I thought it would be much longer, but it's only a level 1 mana leak. The tornado barely catches them.
There wasn't any follow-up. I guess the Spectre decided to not commit with Haunt, considering that his entire team was a bit too far away.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, it would have been basically guaranteed death, I think. Or in the very least, it would have been very scary to commit on top of that. Mana Leak is purgeable by Manta Style, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so he's probably just waiting on that, so this way he doesn't get Mana Leaked and just go like, I guess I'm standing still for 3 years. Oh, do they get the Hawk? Come on, go get it!
Come on, man.
Got him.
Snagged it! Oh, look at that. So good at this game, actually. Cat Saturdays. God, what a god among men.
Feedbot is he going for the Aghanim this game?
Vamsi.
Can we check if the Treant is going for Ags? Check his items.
Yeah, he's going for it.
Going for Ags, okay. Yeah, so he doesn't need the utility items, his team's pretty much got this.
He has a soaring too. He has a soaring, he's ready to spam.
All he really needs to do is...
This is the most efficient item for spamming those Eyes in the Forest, so... Alright. Oh, the Haunt? Yeah, they're going on bottom right now. America and Vamsi do get themselves out. This is essentially a wasted Haunt. He does reality in.
This is awkward.
He's out of mana now. That was a very strange Haunt, but I mean, they got the tier 3 out of it. I guess it was Space Creation. Pumpkin Pie, he's gonna get Omni Slash, he's dead first. As well as the Lich, he blinked in and tried to throw the Chain Frost out. It's gonna do some damage to the backline, but Dragon Sage is still not gonna get out here. Oh, the Ice Wall is buying him some time. The Echo Saber, though, gets 2 hits in. The Tornado is going to finish off the Juggernaut. The EMP comes in, but it's dodged by America. Another Purge, but Ghost Walk, they have no detection for him.
And, well, I mean, first of all, they started the fight without their Spectre. The Spectre was up here pushing the top pair of racks without mana, unable to really respond other than walking to the fight at mid, and that's where it all goes down. You need the immediate follow-up to the Roar with the lineup that you have. Like, it's how it has to go. Doesn't happen, then, I mean, you run into situations like this where the cores on the side of USA just kind of really overwhelm you, and they can do it. Look at how much the Spectre practically melted when the PL and the Juggernaut were when we're right-clicking her together. It's possible that USA can still pull through, especially with that with the hold, and it was on melee racks too, so all of its HP is going to regen back. This is, at this point, going any later than now. HC really needs to focus on making their initiations on the right targets. They need to get roars onto one of the 2 cores, and they need to blow them up. And they need to be ready to fight, because there could be a Venge swap. Blinding Light could really put a damper on things. It's not even guaranteed with the Roar, and it's honestly the only real lockdown they have aside from Overgrowth, which is not quite reliable.
The problem is, for USA right now, is that even if they do manage to win this team fights, would say they do have the edge in now that they have an item advantage. Or at least they have an item quality advantage, in my opinion. They have the much better push, like the much better push that they can utilize, because they're still putting on pressure, whereas USA are taking defensive fights. So
Yeah.
I mean, the counter push from Cat Saturdays is okay, but it's definitely not enough to keep them in this game for like indefinitely. I think eventually the push will just be too much, and the Eyes in the Forest will just creep a little bit too far. So I think what we should be talking about is how USA can inch their way back into this game, because it is about a 10k gold lead in favor of HC. So it's not easy, but it's also not the most we've seen the team come back from. So it's more even than it maybe should be. I really thought that HC had a much higher gold lead, but they've been farming the map pretty efficiently. USA has.
Yeah, but USA has been winning fights, or in the very least trading as efficiently as they possibly can.
Yeah, the recent ones have been going pretty even, which means for a team behind that you are winning.
For a team behind, that means you're winning. That's.
I mean, winning
so
them,
weird to think about, honestly.
Yeah, right.
It's okay. We lost that fight. We're winning. Just kind of really focusing on wave clear. I actually think maybe Maelstrom might be in the future for this Juggernaut. I'm not sure. Just something, because he didn't go Battle Fury, right? And so if you had the Battle Fury, I wouldn't be like, go Maelstrom. But I think you need some sort of way to smash these creepers out at this point, because no one else really can.
It appears he does not agree. He's going for a BKB instead.
Which is also completely reasonable, honestly. There's an Invoker. He doesn't really have to worry about the Maelstrom until racks start falling, and then he's like, alright, I need a way to clear these super creeps.
And then maybe he goes for it. He does have 2k gold. He's going to save for buyback instead of buyout for the BKB. I like choice. He is in a precarious position. If he dies once, then he may as well lose the game.
Meanwhile, America is... how's his item progression doing? Can we check the PL? There we go. Yeah, so he's got the finished Scotty, he's got the Diffusal. PL is pretty much come online as far as all things go. The thing is that he can't afford to do with what PL's of old did, which is like you'd Spirit Lance and then the Diffusal mana drain over time would kind of prevent you from really committing to a push because you'd get your mana drained. But the Illusion mana drain from Diffusal is much weaker than it used to be, so you really can't afford to do that, and it's probably just gonna... any mana that you burn is just gonna be regen, especially by intelligence heroes like Poker or even the Beastmaster.
It's only 5 less than it used to be. It's not like your whole mana pool is gone from one Spirit Lance. That hasn't been the case for a while, but
No,
I mean
of course
he is on the back foot, and I think that's why he's not been able to just spam these Spirit Lances wherever he wants, because his positioning is still very important. I think because usually you can just doppelganger out of any bad situation, but if he gets Primal Roared at all, then it's very difficult for him to get his spells off. He'll probably die very quickly to the combo. That being said, though, he is top of the net worth for his team. The Invoker, conversely, has a refresher now, so he's going to be a real team fight menace. I'm interested to see how America and his teammates fare against the double Ravage from this max level. Deafening Blast. Just having a hard time remembering what it's called. Yeah, that'll come in a few levels. We're getting to that point in the game where Invoker is a very powerful hero.
I feel like it's already reached that point. There still isn't. I think there's only one BKB on the entirety of Team USA, and you have a Refresh Invoker. It's very possible that if he drops the right combo, USA just gets all demolished. Even the PL isn't immune to it. I mean, sure, you have a Scotty, but it's too much.
We had another cast at 10, but there's actually been so many pauses and the games have gone an hour long that we can't make it now. We have to make it to the 11:30. So
Life is hell.
yeah, what a disaster. I don't think they have a caster either. So well, back to this game. Oh, look at that easy golem kill. The cold snap, maybe? Oh, he actually got slowed up a little bit too much. He's going to swap himself out, but into the tornado, he's dead first. The Omni Slash, only on the pumpkin pie, he's dead. And it's going to bounce. Oh, no, I'm lagging. But it's going to bounce on the illusions first. Manly Scrub Monster, he's going for Cat Saturdays in the back line. That's 2 supports down and the Beastmaster. Vemsis, however, is still being slowed by all the Beastmaster summons. The Beastmaster, even though he's dead, oh man, the Ravage from Vamsi! He did like a 5-man stun, and he tried for the Blade Mail counter initiation, but America, he's going down to the Beastmaster summons. The Beastmaster summons were so good that entire fight, even though he was dead, all of his little minions just did their work anyway. He slowed down the America PL with his boar the entire time and mana drained him, and it was just a nuisance even though he was dead. So
It's really all you can ask for. Get your roar off, irritate people with boar. Yeah, so mainly it's if only they could just afford to get one more item.
The double buyback. He's gonna grab Dragon Sage. That's a consolation prize, and they hold their racks.
I feel like they need more.
Oh, they're gonna look for it, but I don't think they're gonna find it. Worst comes to worst, you can always overgrowth with Treant. There is no detection for feedback, so oh no, pumpkin pie. He looks for one, but he doesn't get it, and that's actually a kill immediately. Was the overgrowth wasted?
I'm not too sure if that was a kill, even if he got the roar off.
That was very strange. I mean, maybe he gets the necro off, and then he drums, and then he just gets lucky a little bit. I guess is right, but it was a bit of a stretch. I mean, this Phantom Lancer has almost 3,000 HP.
Is he going for heart?
More than enough damage.
Oh, he's just extremely tanky.
Yeah, I mean the Scotty's almost as good as heart in terms of HP.
Whatever he goes for next, he's got a 0.9k gold in the bank, probably a butterfly.
I want to point out that like there's ice in the forest everywhere, and there's no sign of it being dewarded anytime soon. He knows exactly where the entire Dire team is all the time. This vision advantage is actually pretty crazy because they have global presence with Haunt and Sunstrike, so it's no Zeus level, but I mean this
is more than Zeus. What are you talking about?
I mean, like if they had like Zeus and Beastmaster Tinker or something, like, but it's still crazy the amount of global presence they have right now.
And Feedbot's got a gem too. Oof. This vision situation is going to be rough for USA. Pretty much only delegated to split pushing the lanes. Their jungle is just absolutely not safe anymore. I wonder if they even are aware of the fact that their jungle is basically a bear trap.
Yeah, they're probably aware. They've actually cut down a couple trees, so. But I mean, there's just not a good way to counter this unless one of them bites the bullet and buys a gem. Looks like Phantom Lancer is going for a heart on top of his other tanky items, so. I mean, he has plenty of damage with the Diffusal Blade. It's just super efficient for his hero.
You think it could work out, like going hard and Scotty? You don't think that's...
Well, I mean, we'll see. He has 4k HP. I mean, he has enough damage in the sense that he can kill anybody he wants to, and the only one that really stands up to it is the Spectre. Like, she's the only one buying tanky items. All the rest of their heroes are buying more team fight or utility items.
Got a charge on someone. Oh, he's going for the cliff.
No.
But they're gonna find America.
He does have 4k HP though. This is too much to get through. He's only about half health now, even through all of that damage. America, he actually brings it to his teammate and gets them all killed! Oh no! What a disaster! Vamsi, he's also gonna die! Oh god. That's gotta feel bad, America. brings the Lich ult to the rest of his team and instantly 3 dead. GG is called.
It was a close game.
I mean, a little underwhelming to end on, but I was gonna say that the philosophy behind getting a bunch of tanky items on Phantom Lancer is that your illusions do as much damage as they can while they're alive, and if you make it so that they can never die with like 4k HP, then it does about as much damage as you would if you had gotten like a real damage item.
Very true. Oh,